Greetings friends, Dragon here once again. If it's your first time finding the channel, do please consider giving me a like and a subscribe or a comment or all three. It would be amazing. It really helps the channel. Okay, getting into what I think is the most essential release from everything that's come out this month, Jimmy Wang Yu's One-Armed Boxer from 1971. Following on from his success when he was still over at Shaw's with The One-Armed Swordsman and its sequel. After he decamped across the Golden Harvest and was given full control himself, he wrote and directed and starred in this, The One-Armed Boxer. And a phenomenal, insane, demented, unexpectedly hilarious, but all round tremendous kung fu movie. Absolutely loaded with action. It follows very much a similar path to The One-Armed Swordsman in terms of narrative. But strips it right down to the bare bones, to its absolute basics, and crams in a huge amount more action. This film is almost non-stop fights. So Jimmy Wang Yu plays Yu Tianlong. He is a member of the most popular, most successful martial arts school in town. They run foul of a rival school, the Hook Gang, whilst at a tea shop, beat them down pretty easily, but then are challenged to another duel out of town, which they go to and trounce the gang again. The gang go back and kind of lie to their master, Boss Chow, and tell them that Wang Yu's character has been dissing their clan, so they head round to challenge Wang Yu's master. Wang Yu's master defeats them again, and so humiliated, they go off and hire a pretty huge group of fighters from Shanghai, but really meant to have been pulled from different places around Asia, who come back and decimate Wang Yu's school, killing pretty much everybody there and taking one of his arms in the process. He escapes, meets a friendly doctor and his daughter who nurse him back to health, and then he trains with his one arm to become unstoppable, basically a one-armed Superman or a one-punch man. The one-punch man before one-punch man became a thing. So he can kill people with a single blow. And then goes back to kind of face the variety of assembled martial arts experts that Boss Chow had put together. And it's a pretty huge list of people that he pulled from different places. We have 2 Tibetan lamas, we had a judo master, we have 2 Thai boxers, 1 taekwondo expert, 1 yoga master, a karate master, and his 2 disciples. And so Jimmy has to basically work his way back through systematically, taking them down one by one to finally get his revenge. Okay, so I did a separate unboxing video for this. If you want more details on the stuff that you get in the package, then I'll leave a link for that at the end. But this is the limited edition version, I think limited to 3,000. So you got the slipcase, you get a poster, which I won't get just now, you get the disc, and you get this great booklet. In the booklet, just before we go any further, one of the things they include is an extract from a book that I'd kind of forgotten about, the martial arts movies of the 1970s. They use the extract from the book's entry and put it into here. If you can track down that book, I would highly recommend doing so. This book, written by Craig D. Reed. Dr. Craig D. Reed. Because one of the things that the book does that they didn't actually port over into the One-Armed Boxer set, is at the end of every single one of the entries, they give, I don't know if this will focus, you get a percentage score for each film. This isn't an overall rating, it's the amount of martial arts and martial arts training that are in each movie. And to give you an idea, in The One-Armed Swordsman has a martial arts percentage of 17.38%. One-Armed Boxer has 40.19%, so that there is literally half the movie is fighting or training, and the training sequences are pretty minimal. It's mostly just fight after fight after fight after fight, much more brutal than the stuff that we would see in Shaw's. So it kind of feels more street brawly, as I'm sure some of the other reviews have touched on. So less concerned with form and much more concerned with kind of brutality and efficiency. And when one-armed Jimmy is cutting his way through guys with single hits, it's pretty cool to see. He uses a lot of the techniques that he learned at Shaw Brothers in terms of kind of long takes and how to stage the action, moves his camera really well. Cinematography in the film is amazing. I think it was shot by Mo Shin Koo and is just all around pretty much a classic. There's, on the disc, you get the original Mandarin audio as well as the English dub. I don't normally check out the English dubs on these movies. Some of the Shaw's ones that do have a pretty warm place in my heart, just because it was the English dub I heard the first time that I ever saw the movie. But the English dub on this is a really good time. The performances, and I don't know if it's the same crew who did the Shaw's movies, I didn't recognise that many of the voices, but it's fantastic. The intonation and their delivery is one of the things that I find the most endearing from going through the English dub. But do check out the Mandarin audio first, because the needle drops that have been pulled straight from Isaac Hayes' Shaft soundtrack make this a pretty funky experience to behold. So all in all, just a tremendous movie. And I think this is maybe the first time that I've seen Eureka use a scannable case, if you can bear with me for being super geeky for a second. Normally, anytime I've had a Eureka release before, they've used these traditional Blu-ray cases with the bar at the top. It's the first time I've seen them switching over to using one of the scannable cases that Criterion use and that 88 Films use for their Shaw Brothers releases. 88 unfortunately don't do this across the board. I much prefer these, just you get much more space for the artwork. So it always goes top to top. They look much better on the shelf. You don't have that weird kind of waste of space at the top of the box. I know it's a little thing, but it's the sort of thing that kind of has always pissed me off. I hate these boxes. Even more so when they're blue. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, we know it's a Blu-ray disc. You don't need to kind of sell it to us with a fucking blue box. So yeah, if everything came out in a scannable box, I would be very happy, and my shelves would look much better for it. So thank you. That's as nerdy as I will probably ever get. The disc, in terms of special features, aside from the physical stuff that you get, there's a really good commentary on it by Frank Zheng, who is a commentary master. He gives you literally all the information you could ever want to know about the film, right down to the signs that are written in Chinese that you'll pass by along the way. Incredibly informative, really funny, really engaging. It's one of the better commentaries that I've heard for a long time, and that's saying something, because there's been some really, really good commentary tracks recently. The Rick Mayer ones that I've previously heard on Eureka discs are always fantastic, but it's great seeing Frank Zheng kind of really taking centre stage for Eureka. He's been doing most of the commentaries on, certainly on the bulk of the Jackie and the Samo releases that I've been able to check out, and I think he's doing his first for 88 Films pretty soon when the Forbidden City Cop comes out. I'm pretty sure he's on that. So yeah, I would give this 9 deadly one-arm blows out of 10. Pretty much essential if you're a fan of 70s Kung Fu. Track it down. If you can still get the limited edition one, I would heartily recommend that you do so. If you can track down that book without it costing you a small fortune, I'd also recommend trying to track it down. It's a really good summary. There's over 500 movies in here, and it's a really quick and easy way of finding out how much bang or punch you'll get for your buck if there's a movie that you're not too sure about and you're kind of concerned about how much of it's going to be action, how much of it's going to be kind of story driven. It gives you a really simple, easy and pretty accurate guide. So yeah, the Ultimate Guide to Martial Arts Movies of the 70s I would heartily recommend too. That's pretty much it for today, folks. Check back in again tomorrow. Again. Check back in again tomorrow for another review or unboxing, probably another review, and get ready for the launch of another competition once we get into the start of June. That's probably going to be giving away a copy of Spooky Encounters, but unlike the last one, where I waited until the film was actually released, this one I'm going to try and run beforehand, so that the day that the film actually gets released, I'll have already picked a winner. So probably going to launch it on the 1st, let it run until the 14th or the 15th, and then Spooky Encounters comes out on the 21st. So whoever wins will have it sent out pretty much as soon as I get it through. I've already pre-ordered it. So yeah, check back in next week for the next competition launch. Thank you very much for watching today. Let me know if you've seen the movie or your favourite Jimmy Wang Yu movie in the comments below. And thank you again for watching. Take care. Have a great weekend.